Like it or not, money is one of life's essentials. It's also one of the most challenging things to manage. It's not uncommon for people to find themselves struggling financially because of bad money habits. If you're looking to break free from the cycle of debt, poverty, or financial instability, it's important to identify and change these bad habits. These bad financial habits include frugal habits that don't pay off in the long run, and money habits that keep you broke. Stop saying "I'm bad with money" and take a stance to change your financial future by breaking these habits that keep you poor. Let's explore 13 money habits you need to break right now, so you can stop wasting money and start saving. Habit number 1. Being a pushover. It's okay to be a loyal person, as long as your loyalty is being appreciated or rewarded. However, if you're working yourself to the bone for a boss or company that doesn't appreciate or underpays you, it might be time to hunt for a new job. Likewise, if you have friends or family members who steal from you, cheat you, or otherwise take advantage of you financially, you may need to set boundaries or reduce contact. Habit number 2. Spending a lot of time or effort to save a little. Don't be penny-wise and pound foolish. If you realize that you are spending a lot of time or effort to save a few bucks, you might need to ask yourself if that time would be better spent elsewhere. This includes things like driving really far to save on furniture or shopping at 5 grocery stores to save a few dollars. All the gas and time you burn up driving so far and shopping around might have been better spent shopping strategically at a single store or finding affordable furniture much closer. When you know how much your time is worth, you are better equipped to make choices to help you spend it wisely to save smarter. Habit number 3. Keeping up with the Joneses. Make sure you are budgeting and spending your money in ways that satisfy you, and stop worrying about what other people might think or do themselves. Just because your friends or neighbors have the latest gadgets, go on fancy vacations, or wear designer clothes, doesn't mean that you need to as well. What works for them financially might not work for you, and vice versa. Also keep in mind that you might not be able to tell if they are struggling financially behind the scenes. On the outside, they might dress well, live in a big house, and drive a nice car, but behind the scenes, their bank accounts are overdrawn, and they are drowning in debt. Habit number 4. Going cheap on big-ticket items. There are some areas in life where you get what you pay for. Certain things are worth splurging for, or paying a little more, such as mattresses, shoes, cars, and other big-ticket items. For example, a cheap mattress may not provide enough support and lead to back pain, which could require expensive chiropractic treatments or massages down the road. You may think you're saving money by going for the cheapest option, but you'll end up spending more in the long run in many cases. Habit number 5. Spending more as your income increases. This is likely the most common bad money habit that leads to financial instability. Spending more than you earn, often facilitated by easy access to credit cards, results in a dangerous cycle of accumulating debt. Even if you make a decent salary, overspending on non-essential items, keeping up with peers, and buying now paying later, will ensure you live paycheck to paycheck. Living beyond your means immediately puts your finances at risk by increasing debt, not having enough for bills, and not being able to save any money. This is a fast-track way to being or staying poor. Live below your means, spend less than you earn, and save the difference. It doesn't matter what your income is. If you spend it all, you will stay broke. Habit number 6. Falling for get-rich-quick schemes. When it seems too good to be true, it usually is. Get-rich-quick schemes, dubious investments promising unrealistic returns, and financial scams often capitalize on greed rather than prudent decision-making. Do your due diligence and don't chase dubious money-making hype. There are no shortcuts to building wealth safely over the long term. It's very expensive to attempt to get rich quicker. The faster the action and greater the greed, the more expensive the mistake will be. Habit number 7. Focusing on the present without caring about the future. Usually, when people find it hard to tackle a problem, they choose to ignore it. That's a sure recipe for disaster. The same is the case with your finances. Generally, people focus on their present needs, wishfully thinking that future needs will somehow be met in some way. You need to take the future into perspective whenever you are making any financial decision. Although it is good to take care of everything in the present, do your best to save for your future. Habit number 8. Not keeping a record of your money. We all think that we know where our money comes from and where it ends up. Sadly, that's not true for most of us. We might be aware of our major expenditures, but the small things usually eat up our finances more than the big ones. It is an excellent idea to start keeping a journal for all your income and expenses, whether they are huge or small. This way, you will have a much better idea for controlling your finances. Habit number 9. Being unclear of your needs, wants, and finances. In order to save money and build wealth, it is of the utmost importance that you absolutely care about the must-haves, good-to-haves, and not-to-haves. You need to prioritize your financial targets. If getting rich is a top priority for you, then you need to sacrifice some of your present pleasures, whether you like it or not. Be clear about your goals and write them down. Review them at regular intervals to keep yourself on track. Habit number 10. Constantly upgrading your electronic gadgets. There is no limit to it. While there is no harm in buying gadgets that you actually need, buying only because there is this next version of mobile available in the market will definitely cause you more harm than good. Take charge of your life today. Do what needs to be done right now. Do yourself a favor and start your journey of becoming wealthy today. As William Shatner said, "If saving money is wrong, I don't want to be right." Habit number 11. Prioritizing the wrong things. Saving money and building wealth doesn't come without a few sacrifices. Want to buy an investment property, upgrade your home, or take a holiday? Perhaps you need to cut back on some of life's unnecessary guilty pleasures. We've all heard it before, but making a coffee at home every day instead of buying takeout can save you a fortune. It's a small change, but prioritizing your home renovation over your daily coffee can make that dream home goal come along faster and more easily. Not only do you need to be clear about your goals and priorities, they need to be regularly reviewed. Habit number 12. Ignoring your debt. The only thing worse than racking up unnecessary and expensive debt is ignoring it altogether when it comes time to pay it off. Worryingly, when the financial woes become too overwhelming and the debt spiral kicks off, many people stick their head in the sand and ignore that spiral worsening. It's a vicious cycle and could leave you with nothing. Instead, consider consolidating your debt and paying off an achievable amount regularly. Getting on top of your debt before it gets on top of you is the only way to avoid losing it all. Habit number 13. Buying more to save more. Those buy 2 get the 3rd free and get $20 off when you spend $100 signs are a trap. Anytime you see sales or discounts that encourage you to spend more or buy extra to save money, it's almost always the wrong decision. In most cases, you end up spending the extra money to buy items you didn't need or want in the first place. Financial success means different things to different people. It might mean achieving millionaire status, owning your own home, or even living debt-free. The trick to financial success is being able to manage your money, and that's where your good or bad habits can play a vital role. The lesson from all this is to spend less than you earn, save the difference, and when you have sufficient saved, start investing.